Hi, I'm Alistair, the grumpy CIO. And what am I grumpy about this week? I'm grumpy about the coming job apocalypse where AI is going to wipe us all out of work. And 95% of the people in the world are going to be homeless and hungry in gutters, whilst computers are going to be driving Lamborghinis around or something. Not quite sure how it's supposed to work. Okay, so anybody who says they can confidently predict the future is a liar, not least the person managing my pension. Love you, Ollie, but seriously. But what we can do is sit there and go, well, maybe you need to be better tech enabled in an AI world. So what does that mean in terms of tech education? Well, to start with, just let's say that the risk of being left behind because technology advances, that isn't new. If you haven't been seeing in the news that that's going to happen for decades, then where have you been? And obviously, to state the blindingly obvious, the further time you have to go in your career, the more higher the need. If you've got a bunch of skills that are going to last you for 10 years and you're 5 years from retirement, who cares? But for most of us, as it goes forward, and the longer you need to go, the greater the need. So who has the greatest need? My daughter. So I think that we've been looking around at schools, and to start with, there's some things that have been amazingly different. So, independent fee-paying schools versus state schools. We've been lucky enough to look around all sorts of different types, and it must be said that the independent schools are way ahead in this. Just the ability to do so is clearly a differentiating factor for them. They're on the case. So, local independent schools near us, the kids can code in Python as they leave primary school, not secondary school, primary school. There's a huge gap, and the state schools clearly cannot afford to do that. So, what can you do? Well, you can actually go, and there are relatively very cheap things to do on things like CodeMonkey, Codable, Tinker, CodeSpark, CodeWizards, Funtech.uk. I've listed them here. Go and have a look at some of these sites. Now, I appreciate there are some people for whom that amount of money is also unaffordable, and I would go and vote for anybody who says that they will enable this for families that can't. If you're watching this video, you're probably not in that category, so you can afford it and go and do it and help your kids learn. Now, you might not know anything about it yourself, and you're worried about your kids' career and also your own career, so panic. For grown-ups, don't panic. Okay, so to keep your own career going and moving forward in a further tech-enabled world, you don't have to have learned everything. Start with something simple like SQL, JavaScript, Python. You just have to be higher than what is allegedly going to be the great unwashed unemployed that is going to be spat out the door. If you have some tech skills, just any tech skills, you're going to be way ahead of most people. You'll be employable, whatever happens in an AI, whatever reasonably could be considered to happen in an AI-enabled world. So don't worry. To repeat, don't worry. You don't have to be Sam Altman. You don't have to be a DevOps guru. I talked about being a sort of DevOps wizard in presentation in the past. They're amazing and projects our company and does things that I don't possibly understand. You don't have to have got to that level. You don't have to be an AI guru. They're in the news at the moment. So I'm recording this in June 2023 with AI is going to wipe out humanity, and there's a few people that are known as gurus in this. You don't have to get to that level. Just learn some SQL. You don't have to be a data genius either. SQL on its own is an entry level, but it will cover so many things. Don't even worry about non-relational databases. Don't forget it. Don't worry about it. It's a too high a threshold to set you apart from the rest. But to set you apart from the rest, get your ass into gear and learn something. Anything. But I'm busy, you say. Well, maybe you're busy. As I talked about earlier, there are some people who genuinely can't afford training, and as a society, we need to deal with that. If you're watching this video, it's not you. If you're watching this video, that's probably why you're busy. There are some people who have just seriously limited family stuff where there is no time at all between different generations, and if you're a squeezed generation between old and young, you have no time. Most of the time, though, this in a Western society is what takes up our time. Just let me reassure you, as per the old jokes, beer will still be there for you. Beer doesn't mind if you see another beer. Beer doesn't mind if you have any other flirtations, like going to learn something about tech. It will still be there for you. So get your ass into gear and learn something. Thanks for watching. I'm Alistair, the CIO of www.shipshape.vc. We are the venture capital search engine. Come to us for a free way to find investors that get what you're talking about. Optimize your investor outreach. Thanks very much.